Alrighty, in this video I'm gonna show you how to do the spreadsheets and stuff for the moving plots lab. So far what we've got is I've just typed in the data from my data table. Actually, this is another student's data, but there it is, right? I just typed it in. I'm gonna put the times in there. So the first one's 0 and 0.1 and 0.2, etc., right? And we can generalize that. We can fill that guy down. So we go doop, like that. That's pretty slick, huh? And then I want to make a column that is the velocity. So those are the right units. The first velocity is 0, and then I'm going to do a formula here, right? It's going to equals, and then I'm going to go left parenthesis. And what I want to do is I want to figure out how far it went in the last tenth of a second. So it's this cell minus this cell, right, divided by 0.1, right? So what that is, this makes sense, right? This is this cell minus that cell, and then it went that far in a tenth of a second. Boom, right? So there it is again, right? And then I'm just going to grab that guy and fill it down. Isn't that beautiful? Now I'm ready to make the graphs, so I'm going to select this, right? That is my time, that's my position. And when I insert an XY scatter graph, this will be the x-axis, this will be the y-axis. So I'm going to go insert chart, right? XY scatter. I think for this one, this is the best one, and that's just beautiful. I mean, that just takes my breath away, right? Chart title. I don't know. How about position versus time? X-axis is time in seconds, right? Position in centimeters. Right, that's pretty good, huh? And then I want to make it a new sheet. I'm going to call it position versus time. Oh, that's beautiful. There's the legend. The legend does not live on. I think I want chart type. Let's see, chart options, grid lines. I would like to have major grid lines. Yeah. That looks nice. Doesn't that look nice? It's going to especially help me draw dots. Like I'm going to eventually draw tangent lines on here. Format the plot area. What's wrong with just that? Hey, that's beautiful. Isn't that pretty? Okay. And now on this graph, I want to put a polynomial model, because this is obviously a parabola. So I'm going to right click. And you have to actually click. If you click off of there, you don't get that. You got to click on the graph itself, like that, right? Add trend line, and then I'm going to choose a polynomial. Second order is what I want, so it's already as a 2. Don't forget to go options, display equation on chart. Okay, and that's kind of cool, right? So this is y is 1/2 27.132x squared. That 27, remember, its s is 1/2 at squared. That's 1/2 a. The 27.132 is 1/2 a. So a is twice that in this case. Yeah. A equals, well, in this case, what, 54.264? Something like that, right? Okay. And that's centimeters per second. Whoops. Right. You don't have to type that. I'm just doing that because, hey, look, I can. Okay, so there's that. And now look, we've got this guy here, this sheet here. I'm going to rename. That's kind of cool. Huh? And then I'm going to get rid of that one because there's nothing on it, right? So let's go data. And now I want to do a velocity versus time graph. So I'm going to select the time. And now I have to hold the control key down and drag this, right? So notice that Excel is sort of tricky, right? There's 3 different cursors. This is the select cursor. This cursor is move, right? And this cursor right there means fill down, okay? So I want to use the select cursor, like that, and then I'm going to go control drag, like that. So I select that. Don't select the words, just that, right? And then this is the same as the insert thing. We want an XY scatter. That's the one I think that's the best for this. And that's beautiful. Isn't that beautiful, right? I don't need grid lines on this one, so let's go titles. This one is velocity. Velocity versus time. Time in seconds. And centimeters per second. There it is, right? Next. I'm going to make this, I think I'm going to make it an object on this sheet. I'll show you what that means. That means it floats right here. Again, the legend does not live on. Right, now at this point, let me do a print preview and see how tragic this is, right? So let's go view menu, zoom, how about 50%? Put that guy down here. Oh, that's beautiful, isn't it? Where's my zoom thing? Is there a zoom thing there? No, there's not. View zoom, let's go back to 100%. Okay. Let's see, that's good. And now we want to put a linear model through this guy. So right click, add a trend line. I'm going to do linear model, that's the one, right? And then options, we want to display this equation. And there it is right now. This is a velocity graph. If you recall, the slope of velocity is acceleration, right? So in this case, the acceleration is 54.137. 0.137. So you're going to eventually, going to have to write a little sentence comparing these guys. How do they compare? Oh, they're pretty close, right? That one's 54.264. So write a sentence saying, using the polynomial, it's 54.264, and using the slope of the line is 54.137. Okay, and then just be careful. If you print right now, it's just going to print the graph. So deselect stuff. Do a print preview before you print. Right, and this is all there is on the sheet. You can go ahead and click print. I'm not going to. Actually, I'm going to here in a sec here. Okay. So from print preview, it's always good to click print. And if you're in the lab, that's where you want to print. And then you also want to print this guy here too. So I'm going to choose print. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. All right. I hope you enjoyed this exciting video.